So digging in now, Justin Turner. And we are ready for some daytime baseball.
The third baseman, Justin Turner.
First offering on its way. Underway now in the home opener as the first pitch is in there for a called strike one. Danny Dero, this Giants team, as they begin play here this afternoon, they come in unbeaten and playing well here in the early going.
Yeah, Matty, this is one of those special moments throughout the course of the season where everyone kind of looks around the clubhouse and takes stock. 6 in a row, you have a chance to rattle off a 7th. You start saying, hey, maybe something special is going to happen this summer.
And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's one gone.
The shortstop.
Here's Corey Seager. His past meetings with Samardzija comes in with 6 hits in 21 at-bats. No balls and a strike to count. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Boy, in a perfect spot for the splitter there. It's 0-2. And there are our umpires. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Earl Hendricks.
Hey, you know, Dero, the book kind of on Earl Hendricks is he likes one side of the plate or the other. Could it be where he sets up behind the catcher?
It could be, Dan, but as a hitter, that's all you look for. I'll give you a little bit off the outside edge if you're going to be consistent with it.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
My man on the mound has just got great strikeout stuff working for him these days. Looking back at his last start, he racked up 9 Ks, and now he's looking like he can put up similar numbers in this one.
In the air to center. And that's in there. Base hit.
Batting fourth, the right fielder, Cody.
So here's Cody Bellinger. As he'll try and hold off the swing, but this one's in there for strike one.
Have to find a way to get that guy home from second now. Never know how important these early runs can be.
And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball. Walker Buehler will be on the mound for the series opener. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, this guy wasn't too bad in this last one, Matt. Pitched all the way through the 6th inning. And listen, that's what you ask for nowadays. If you can get your starter to get you through the 6th inning and turn it over to the bullpen. He took the loss in the last one, but he actually pitched pretty well.
And an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow. So one away here with the bases empty. And in to hit next, it'll be Austin Slater. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Bellinger's in pursuit. He gets there and makes the play for the 2nd out of the inning. So here's Francisco Lindor now. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. In there for strike 1. Dero, Danny, this LA Dodger ball club as they enter play here this afternoon. They come in hoping not to fall too deep into an early season hole as they're just 1-5 to start the new campaign.
Yeah, Matty, in this sport at this level, you have to find a way.
Well, the first baseman is under it to make the play, and that retires. And that'll bring up the versatile Max Muncy, as it'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up to kick off the 2nd inning. Just able to get a piece of that for strike 1. That one catches the edge of the zone, called the strike.
Get the chainsaw out today, boys. If he's going to throw back-to-back cutters like that, we're going to have some guys getting some wood blown up in their hands.
Fouled away.
Got to believe the pitcher and catcher understand the fact that he's covering away, and he's covering way away. Don't be shocked if he comes in with something.
The next 0-2 is taken. That's ball 1. And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Wow, his stuff looks electric coming out of the gates in this one, guys. That's 5 batters faced, 4 strikeouts. That's going to be a tough pace to keep up, but it looks like he has what it takes to work deep into this game.
No balls and 1 strike. Here's the 0-1. No score here as we play inning number 2. And you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2. Next up for Los Angeles, Gavin Lux. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Maybe a little jumpy there as he swings through the fastball.
Man, if I'm on the mound right now, these guys are swinging at everything. Just want to try and paint the corners.
And he'll just waste one there, 1-2. Lays off 2-2 now. And he struck him out. So a fine inning here as he strikes out the side in order. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Striding in, Mike Yastrzemski. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. And he's going to make the catch on the warning track. A fine running play there for the first out.
The third baseman.
So the bases are empty with one man gone. And standing in here, the veteran third baseman, Evan Longoria. Now a check swing, but it's strike 1 anyway, says the home plate umpire. Bottom of the second here with no score. Lifted in the air out to right. Bellinger's under it. 2 gone. Standing in, Jalen Davis. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. Around first, he's digging for second, but not quite enough as it's off the center field wall. And he'll make it to third base. Almost a home run there, but he's got himself a triple instead.
The first baseman.
Well, that's their first hit of the ball game, and they make it count as he blisters this thing to the outfield and cruises into third for the.
Oh, and he hammers it to deep right field. And there's a base hit as the run will score from third, and the Giants break out on top here 1-0. And he is in there.
When this thing left his bat, I started thinking it might have enough to get out of here. Didn't quite carry enough, but it does one hop the wall off the track, and he cruises into second with an RBI 2-bagger. You'll take that every day of the week.
Reined in. Muncy will win the race to first easily, and that ends the inning. Giants get 1 on the Brandon Bell. Digging in, Will Smith. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
And this one's on the inside corner, 1-1. Fooled him with that one as he's way out in front.
Wow, that's 4 straight Ks. He's knocking them down. He's looking for number 5 right here. You can tell this guy on the mound, he is pitching with a whole lot of confidence in this one.
Swing and a miss. 5 straight strikeouts now, and there's 1 gone.
Man, he is looking flat out unhittable on the mound right now. That's 5 straight punch-outs. I love it, but I think he might want to get his defense involved at some point so they don't fall asleep.
Walker Buehler is in with 1 away now as he swings and misses here at strike 1. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
This lineup is flailing right now. They're having a hard time just making contact, let alone putting the ball in play.
And he'll continue this roll he's on. Make it 6 strikeouts in a row. Gracious, 2 away. So it's back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Justin Turner. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1.
In today's game, with velocity and exploding breaking stuff, you have to find a way to control the strike zone as a unit. They haven't been able to do that today, swinging at way too many pitches outside the zone.
Count remains at 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
Well, tried to throw a high fastball right by him there. Didn't work, but now we'll see if that sets up some different options. Wouldn't be surprised to see a good slider down and away right here.
2 out, nobody on. Popped up. Slater is there, and the side is retired. Dodgers. Bottom of the inning now, and now the Giants pitcher, Jeff Samardzija, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Down the left field line and deep. And that will end up a foul ball. Heading out towards shallow right. Bellinger's under it. He's got it 1 away. And with 1 gone in the inning, let's give you a look at the current standings in the National League West entering play to see where the Dodgers find themselves in the division race. First pitch of the at-bat. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul.
Man, he wants that swing back. He'll be thinking about that all night. He crushed that ball. He just needs to stay back a little longer.
And he falls behind 0-2. Polanco, or El Cafe as he's sometimes referred to. He's a veteran of 7 years at the major league level. Bellinger is right there as he takes it for the 2nd out. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and in to hit next it'll be Austin Slater. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Giving chase is Bellinger. A dive, and he brings it in. And on it. Leading off the inning, Corey Seager, and they'll need him to get something going here. And he fouls this one off. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. And it's 1-2. Swing and a miss at 1 in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Seager is retired, and there's 1 away. So that'll bring in Mookie Betts. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Slow roller down the third baseline. But a foul ball here. 0-1. Now the pitch. And it's fouled away. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
1-2.
Well, there's the classic 0-2 wasted fastball. Not even close to the zone. We'll see what he throws on the next pitch.
Hit out towards second. Fielded cleanly. Throw not nearly in time as he reaches at first.
Yeah, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's getting it right out of the chute from step 1, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield knock.
It is, D-Roy, and you can read that right off the bat as a pitcher. You can read the angle. You know that that ball is going to be hit on the ground, and you're thinking deep down inside, okay, there's a quick out, and it just wasn't meant to be.
1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. Fouled off. And he struck him out. The 10th victim set down on strikes thus far. So the runner at first here with 2 gone in the inning. And that'll bring up the left-handed hitter Max Muncy. And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half. And it's quickly 0-2. Betts is off of first with 2 away. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2. And yet another strikeout here. His 11th of the ball game, and this one ends the inning. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. This is pulled into right. He dives. Did he catch that? He did. What a play there for the first out. Now the Giants' number 4 batter, Mike Yastrzemski. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. Here is a ground ball now for the shortstop to the right of second. Throw to first will get him. Already 2 away here in the home fourth. Now batting, Evan Longoria. He flew out in his last at-bat. And that's in there for strike 1.
Shocked he didn't let it fly right there. Usually you're looking for a fastball elevated to get the party started.
Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway. Longoria, or just Longo as he's often referred, he's in year 1 of a new 3-year deal. And this is yanked hard down the left field line. And that's a fair ball as it'll make for the 339 sign down there. And the gamble will work out. He's in at second base with a 2-out double.
Now batting. And he just blasts this thing down the left field line. I thought it might bend foul, but it lands just inside the chalk, and he's able to leg it out for a double. Good looking swing.
Hit in the air down the right field line. But this will wind up being a foul ball. Ready with the 0-1. It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. And foul, though it had the home run distance. Ready on 0-2. Now a check swing, but that's in there for strike 3 anyway. And the inning is over. And welcome back to San Francisco as we send it down to Heidi.
Matt, during the break, I caught up with Dave Roberts, the Dodgers skipper, about his lineup's performance so far. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said their pitch selection has been the main reason for their struggles today, as far too often they've been swinging at pitches outside the strike zone. That's leading to a lot of soft contact and easy outs. So the focus going forward is on shrinking the zone and forcing the opposing pitching to throw more strikes.
Thank you, Heidi. Fouled away. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Didn't threaten the zone there. Looked like it might have actually popped out of his hand a little early. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. And he's just rolling right now, and even dozen strikeouts for him in the ballgame. So striding in, Gavin Lux comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Splitter here, and it's taken for strike 1. Fly ball right down the line in left. Left fielder is on the move, and he makes the catch in the corner. Next for the Dodgers, Will Smith. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Just gets a piece of it, strike 1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Ball 1. Smith, a 25-year-old. He's a second-year big leaguer. Now the fastball is swung on and missed.
Man, he's in control of all his weapons right here. 1 strike away from 5 shutout innings.
And he fouls this one off. And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate. And it's fouled away. Ready with another 2-2. And he's got another one. 13 strikeouts now, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Dodgers. It remains 1-0. Trying to pick things up where we left off. Brandon Belt. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. Back goes Peterson. Still ranging back. Up into the arcade and out of here.
Well, he had success earlier in the day, driving in their only run. And that success continues when he takes this pitch to his liking and makes sure some lucky kid gets a souvenir. He's been huge for them in this one.
Stepping in now, Rob Brantley. Pulled toward right center field. Giving chase is Bellinger. And he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out. So the base is empty here with one away. And up next, the former Notre Dame wide receiver, Jeff Samardzija. Out in front of it, strike one. This one's down to third. Turner's got it. And there's out number two. So bases are empty here with two gone. And the left-handed hitting outfielder Gregory Polanco bats next. A shot down the first baseline. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. One for the Giants. It's Brandon Belt. So here's the Dodgers pitcher, Walker Buehler. He'll start things out in the sixth for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if they can start making some adjustments.
Polanco has the best view of this one, so he'll take it for the first out. First pitch of the at-bat. And a fastball is in there for strike one.
He's in complete command of his two-seamer right now. It's got great movement, great depth, running all over the place. This offense is going to have a tough time.
1-1 to the Dodgers leadoff man. Way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1.
Big sweeping breaking ball right there. A good pitch. But if he wants to get him to swing at it, he'll have to bring it in a little bit closer to the strike zone.
Yastrzemski will range to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the second out of the inning. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. This is on the ground over to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So that brings up the outfielder Austin Slater. 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far.
The second baseman, Austin.
Swing and a line drive. But he just missed his extra bases. Liner towards second, but this will be gloved out there at second as he didn't have far to go for the out. And that'll bring in the switch hitting Francisco Lindor. First pitch coming. Here it is. Popped him up. Muncy is there. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. At the plate, Mike Yastrzemski. 0 for 2 with a fly ball and a ground out on his line to this point. Pulled toward right center field. Peterson has a read on it. And that's the third out. Giants are down on 4 pitches, but they're on top 2-0. Here's Mookie Betts. He'll start the 7th, and Dan, as a former pitcher yourself, you must be enjoying this. Lots of good pitching and defense today.
Oh, that's one of the keys. We're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of swings. We're seeing some great plays on defense. This has been a snappy one up to this point.
Ball 1 to start the at-bat. Now the 1-0. Tying run stands on deck, but it'll only matter if the guy in the box can get on base.
Yeah, and that has to be his mentality at the plate right now, Matt. He can't be the hero, so he needs to do what he can to give the guy behind him a chance to be the guy.
All even now, 2-2. Won't commit on the slider. Good patience, and it's full 3-2.
Great AB up until this point. A walk right here could really just infuse some confidence into this lineup.
Struck him out and make it 14 punch-outs now in the game.
Now batting.
And next will be the Dodgers cleanup hitter, Cody Bellinger. He was sent packing on strikes in his last trip. 0-1 the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
He's still looking great to me out there on the mound. Punched out the first guy in the 7th, and he's jumped ahead in the count right here. Looks like he could stay in this game a while longer.
Pitch on the way.
That's the ball. 1-2.
Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. And it's gone into the arcade section.
What a great feeling right there as he circles the pillows. Finally able to get this offense potentially going with one swing of the bat. Being shut out all game, but not anymore.
Fouled off. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2.
Hey, I know it's a day game, but these guys better wake up. He's on point today, throwing a lot of exploding stuff, darting and diving all over the strike zone.
1 run on 3 hits. No errors for the Dodgers thus far. Now a swing as he rifles this one into center for a base hit. And there's your tying run at second base with a 1-out double. Well, it took him till the 7th, but he gets his first hit of the game here, and that'll extend his hitting streak.
Yeah, and he didn't come out of what he was trying to do all day, Dan. Kept the front shoulder tough, kept the ice water in his veins, and didn't try and get too big. Extends the hitting streak. Nice job.
You know, D-Row, I talked to him before the game about the streak, and he said the toughest part is he hopes to get hits early in the game to take the pressure off. He had to wait to the 7th inning in this one to come through.
Here's Jock Peterson now, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Count is even at 1-1 to Peterson.
Very impressive outing so far. His command has been spot on. Even when he misses his spot, it isn't out over the hard to plate. He's throwing quality pitches.
The 1-2. Popped him up. And he'll put this one away in foul territory for the 2nd out. So stepping in, Gavin Lux, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Swing and he pops him up. Lindor onto the grass. He can't get there, so the inning will continue. He pulls into second safely as this game is tied late with a run scoring away from the plate. So now to the plate, Will Smith. Yes, he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Hit on the ground to third. And that's through into left, a base hit. The throw to the plate. He's safe at the plate. And they've taken the lead here in the 7th.
Dan, you'll take RBIs any way you can get them, but when they give your team the lead in the late innings, man, that feels good.
Oh, it especially does, especially when you're starting to score runs late in the game off of quality pitching. When runs are at a premium, that's one makes you feel really good about yourself.
Now here's the Giants manager making that slow walk to the mound. And he'll signal for the bullpen. That's going to be it for Jeff Samardzija. Not an altogether bad performance here, 6 2/3, but he stands to be the loser unless things can turn around. No balls and 1 strike. Ready with the 0-1. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. And we're back for the bottom of the 7th as we check in with Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. Between innings, I was able to discuss the current state of the Giants lineup with their manager, Gabe Kapler, and flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. He said he's been really happy with how many balls they've hit hard and on a line. Looking at the numbers, they've had 7 total line drives, and even though some of those have resulted in outs, he says it's that kind of consistent contact that leads to W's in the standings.
Thank you, Heidi. This one's down to third. Oh, and it sailed right over his head at first.
Man, this one is hard to figure. Makes the play on the ball, and the transfer looked good. Then he just sails this thing way over the first baseman's head into the stands. Bad news, it's an E5. The good news, some fan just snagged a souvenir.
From the stretch. And he holds up here, but the pitch is a cold strike anyway.
Looking for a productive at-bat here. Get that runner from second over to third.
Fly ball right down the line in left. Betts on the run, but this will land untouched.
You have one job in this situation, especially down 0-2. You have to find a way to advance that runner to third.
High and deep to center field. Peterson looks up. And as Giants fans here on television, it is out of here.
Yeah, that was solid strategy going with the right-handed reliever there. Looking for the right-on-right advantage, but he took that strategy and blasted it into the outfield stands. Guy on the bump just didn't execute the pitch he wanted.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. But that'll be off the wall in right center. And he is in the second base with a double. His third hit this afternoon.
He's not going to complain, but he was thinking what the rest of us were thinking when that left his bat. Home run number 2. Didn't quite have enough, so he has to be content with a double.
A swing and a liner to left center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit.
Dan, that's a huge insurance run right there. Has to feel good as a hitter right there to not only get a ribby knock, but to give your team a little bit of breathing room.
It does, and it makes your pitcher go out there with a little bit more free and easy frame of mind instead of going in a one-run game where every pitch is so important. You're one pitch away from a solo, tying the game up. That's not the case now.
Dylan Floro comes on now, and he'll take over with nobody out in inning number 7. And there's one away. Here's Gregory Polanco. 3 runs already home and a potential 4th standing at third base. Alex Dickerson will grab a bat and pinch hit now, and he'll be looking for at least a fly ball as he's got a runner at third and only one away. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Betts has a read on it. Makes the catch, but the runner from third breaks for home. But the throw is well up the line, and he scores easily. So no one on now after the sac fly. And set to go is the second baseman, Austin Slater. Drilled to the right side. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down.
Hey, after that hit right there, D'Lo, that extends his hitting streak to 6 games.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 6 days in a row with knocks will help you sleep better at night, Dan.
And that'll bring in the switch hitting Francisco Lindor. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Hit out toward second. Scooped up. Throw in time for the third out, but it's certainly... Alex Dickerson will stay in the game, taking over in right and batting number 9.
Now playing right field, number 14, Alex Dickerson.
Trevor Gott's been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th. Now back to the top of the Dodgers order, digging in, Justin Turner, who could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And he'll go after the first offering here, although this looked to be well below the knees. It's strike 1.
They've done a real nice job keeping this guy under wraps in this one. No hits for him so far, and what stands out to me is they're going right after him. They're not pitching him like they're afraid he's going to do any damage.
The 1-2 is taken for ball 2.
So you'd love for him to offer at that one, but the execution was flawless. Nice curveball that starts in the zone and breaks just out. Just a great take by the batter.
3-2 full count. Now the payoff pitch home. Full count still. The next 3-2. And a good take there will net him a base runner as it's ball 4 now to start the 8th inning.
Yeah, that strategy is great when it works, but when it doesn't, it's ugly. And he was here to face one guy, and he couldn't get it done.
And that swung on and missed for strike 1. Nobody out, runner on first. No plate discipline that time, and he's in the hole now, 0-2.
Hey, you know in the back of your mind as a batter right here, he's got that nasty sinker. I know it's 0-2, but he might not be looking for the punch out. You have to find a way as a batter to get that two-seamer up in the zone, or you're going to ground into a double play.
Throw just in time, and oh, that was awfully close. Runner at second, 1 away, and up next, one of the terrific talents in the game, Mookie Betts. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Fastball, and it gets by him, a swinging strike. 2-1 now to Mookie. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error in the ballgame for the Dodgers to this point. Shoots this one over to first, and that's through into right field for a base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only 1 away.
Boy, Dero, the game of baseball has changed. There's so much velocity in the game. That was a 96-mile-an-hour fastball that he smoked the other way.
Yeah, you have to keep your front shoulder tucked right there. You have to honor. When a guy's throwing that hard, 96 miles an hour, you have to honor that fastball and try and work it the other way to keep you on the off speed.
1 ball, no strikes the count. Back up the middle and in for a base hit. And that'll score the run from third. And don't look now, but the lead's cut to 2 here.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Next up is Max Muncy. Drives it out to deep right center field. And that is off the wall. The runner scores from second, and they inch a little bit closer. That makes it 6-5 now.
It's one of the beauties of the ballpark out here in San Francisco, the bricks. But I'll tell you what, if it caroms right to the right fielder, you got to pump the brakes coming around first base because he'll throw you out.
Here's the 0-1. 1 out with the possible tying and go-ahead runs on base here. 1-1 pitch and a nice call for the change. It's 1-2.
Big pitch coming up right here. He'd love for a ground ball or a strikeout.
Hard sinker misses. 2-2. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. The 2-2 one more time. He swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
Well, I'm glad we get another look at that beauty of a pitch right there. You can't spot a sinker in a better location because even if you do get the bat on the ball, there's not a whole lot you can do with that. Textbook sinker.
Gavin Lux is in with 2 away here as this one swung on and missed for the first strike. Throw to first in time, and the big inning is avoided as this side is retired. Now at the plate, Mike Yastrzemski. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest.
The left fielder.
A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Back goes Peterson to the track, to the wall. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. In is the third baseman, Evan Longoria. Hit in the air to right field. Bellinger's under it. 1 away. Coming to the plate now, Jalen Davis. So far 2 for 3 in this one.
The last at bat, Nettie D.
There's a drive high in the air and deep to left center field. A leap, but he can't rein it in. It's off the wall. And he is in at second base with a one-out double.
Well, when you're hitting the ball as well as he is, every time you swing the bat, you're thinking the ball's leaving the ballpark. He had a home run last time, and he almost had another one here. Nothing wrong with a double off the wall, though.
Line drive, fair ball down the line. Now this will rattle up against the wall. Tack on another here as the runner scores from second. It's now an 8-5 game. The tag, and he's out going for second, but they do play to run on the play. Into the box, Rob Brantley. Back up the middle and in for a base hit.
Hey, listen, when you have a good sinker, you have to throw it, but he's going to have to get the ball much lower in the zone than that last one.
Yeah, from the offensive side, Dan, two-seamer, pitcher, sinker baller, what have you. You're looking for that thing to pop up above the belt, and that's exactly what happened right there. Miss middle.
Well, this will be pulled in out there at second base, and that'll be that. Reyes Maranta comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the ninth. Standing in, Will Smith. It was an RBI single for him in his last plate appearance. 1-0 the count. And that's too high, ball 2.
The last thing you want to do when you've got a 3-run lead in the ninth is give the other guys any sense of hope. It's a good time to challenge here on 2-0, especially since there's a good chance he's taking until he gets a strike.
3-1 the count now. Swing and a miss, and the count goes full 3-2.
We're going to see him throw that hard fastball early and often.
Got him. And that's the third time we've written a K next to his name in this one. Chris Taylor will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with one gone in the inning. Starts him with a good rising fastball there for strike one. Rounded softly down the line toward first. And good hustle to get over and tag him for the out.
Sometimes for a first baseman, the best thing you can do is just go ahead and tag the guy like that. Hey, there's a lot more that can go wrong when you try to throw to the pitcher or the second baseman covering.
Fouled away. This is skied out toward right. Heading after it is Dickerson. And he tracks it down. And this ball game is over. 8-5 today. San Francisco jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Giants, 8 runs on 12 hits. No errors. They left 4.